if you are looking for an electric vehicle scan tool, then this is actually pretty good. Now, I'm not here to sell you this. I'm just here to tell you I've bought this with my own money, and I work on electric vehicles as well as I work on all other vehicles. I do pre-purchase inspections, so I'm often looking for I'm always looking for how I can make things better and how can I communicate better with my customers with hard data presented in a good way. So I went hunting for a good electric vehicle scanner because my Launch 431 scanner didn't include a lot of electric vehicles, so I wanted to know if there was one that just did it. Turns out Launch have just an electric vehicle scanner, and so I went out and purchased this. As I said, it was 500 Aussie dollar bucks, I believe I paid for it, so that's pretty good on eBay, and it's actually working not too bad. I've had a few hit and misses, and sometimes you have to play around with the vehicle selections. It's a bit odd, but it actually, as a general rule, is pretty good. As my business, just a quick heads up, this is, I'll just show you this on the full blast one. He says get it in there. So there it is. It's the Launch 2026 Launch CRP919EV diagnostic scanner. So that is that's the one that I bought. This is in I was going to say Australian. It's not Australian. US dollar bucks. And it's a shame it doesn't show you the battery function on this bit. We'll show you the battery function in a minute. But the battery function isn't shown on there, but it has got bi-directional controls and lots of different service options and full systems. But it's just EV. It is just EV. Don't buy this expecting it's going to do all your other cars do. This is just electric vehicles, all right? So you can do your airbags and your ABS. It says engine. I love this way that it says engine. No, motor. Maybe you call them engines in China where it comes from, I don't know. But it certainly has some good diagnostic stuff. There's all of the different functions, or some of the different functions that you can get as well between all the vehicles. Now, we do electric vehicle battery testing in my company. So just to give you a bit of a heads up, we use the AVILOO battery diagnostics. That is a really great functional tool that checks the batteries and tells you everything that's going on inside of them, and it gives you a great report that you can put up to customers and go, here it is, this is it. It doesn't do the rest of the car, just the battery, but it's a great certificate. So if you're looking for a test of the battery, give us a call and we can get you sorted out with some tests. All right, anywhere in Australia, almost anywhere in Australia, we'll get you sorted. I say almost. Take it with a pinch of salt, right? We've, in the main cities, we've got people with testing boxes, so we can get you sorted out with some testing if you need to. But AVILOO battery testing is what we do for the customer fronts and for the garages trying to sell cars. This tool, though, is for if you are working in a workshop and you need testing functions and everything else as well. All right, so. Don't shoot the messenger. I recorded this on a job. I went out to a Fiat 500. I plugged it in and I went, let's just see what it does. So where we're going to pick this up from is you plug it in and it starts off with an automatic scan for the fin. Doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to go in and, select the buttons to say, I want this vehicle down here where it says local diagnose. Sometimes you have to go through there and select the vehicle or put a VIN number in. But this one found it and we're going to pick it up. I'm going to show you how the battery information screen, well, the stuff you get out of it for that. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how the fault code. I'm going to show you the report, and I'll just briefly show you just where to find the diagnostic side of things as well, the diagnostic tests that you've got in here as well. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, here we are, Nathan. We are in the little Fiat 500. We have got the scan tool. And it's found the code in the automatic VIN scan. So it's going to go in and check the details, I guess. Here we go. It's connecting, downloading something or another. I wish it wouldn't. It's picking out the small battery voltage, so we know it's charging 13.9 volts. 13.8 volts. downloading it, whatever it needs to. Flashy flashy. It's given me the, I now know the VIN number. What it is, it's a 2023 500 BEV. Yes, that's looking good. Let's see what information we can get out of it, shall we? It's checking for 15 out of 100 different modules, just to see if they're there. 32%. It's getting there. Got to 82. Come on. Sorry, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. I don't want to sign in really. European or other. We are definitely other. And of course, because I'm not in America, they don't care. Whether you want to quick test your system, automatic quick test. Yes. Quick test, there you go. So, quick test is a health report. This is what we're doing now. It's a health report. And it's doing a scan. It's got fault code 1. Find fault code 1. Find fault code 2. No faults. Fault codes. What are these in? Electric vehicle battery control unit. Battery pack control unit. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. Body control unit, instrument panel. Yeah, it all needs clearing out, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, just turned it off. Pushed the wrong button. 86% done. At the top there you go. Now it's going to make myself a little pretty picture. And there we go. See what faults are. Component internal failure. Stored. So nothing exciting. Stored. Yeah, nothing exciting in there. All old ones. Let's share that to me. Oh, crumbs. Holding on to the wrong one. So I'm going to send that to myself. My van is parked outside the other side of the wall, so it's a little bit slower. Don't blame the tool for the software connection, right? There it is. So I'm going to send it to my email address. That's fine. contact@aivi.au. That is my contact. So yes, so I'm going to get that report. It comes in the version of a online report, so that's good. So we know we can get codes out of this. Let's go back. Go back again. So you do a system scan, common functions. Let's see if there's a battery mounted brakes, all the stuff. Yeah, good. Gearbox relearn. Nice. All right. So just show you the stuff they got in there. There you go. That's some good stuff in there. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to end my diagnostic and I'm going to go back again. I'm going to go to my local diagnose. I'm going to go to the new energy battery pack detection automotive. I'm going to go and find Fiat. Oh, it's a good start. We've got Fiat. Start. See if what we've got. Now Europe are starting to talk about battery pack stuff. Now this is a, which one is this? This is a 50 BV 600 Romeo 500E is a 500E. There we go. Now at this point it turns out that I was wrong. It wasn't that one at all. And I'm going to say this now, there is an issue with some of the launch selections that I have found, not just on this one, but on a previous one. And that is that sometimes the names don't quite tie up to the vehicle that you've got in front of you. Or you have to go into a different sub-menu or a different vehicle menu to find the one that you want, depending upon if it's a shared vehicle. Or, for example, I could not find Sprinters for love nor money, the Mercedes Sprinters, anywhere. And it turns out it had its own section. Because that makes perfect sense. Don't go to Mercedes, you go to Sprinters. Please don't shoot the messenger, that's just how it worked. I'm going to skip the whole point where I looked quite confused and tried to figure this out. And I'm going to go to the part where this is a 50E. So not a 50BEV, a 50E. All right, let's keep going. Might be better if it communicates. Oh, here we go. Some moron pushed the wrong button. All right. I'm nuts. Here we go. So, we've got lots of information in here. State of charge, 83. State of health, 98. That's great. Look at all that data. Brilliant. Minimum maximum volts. This is great. This is great. Okay. Sorry, I have to move out battery pack information. Let's see what else. See what it gives me for battery pack information. Yeah, look at that. Telling me all about what's going on within the battery. That's nice. Great. Look at this, minimum, maximum, all sorts of stuff. Here's the minimum, maximum voltages for the battery. Great. Brilliant, brilliant. Do a report of all of that. And you'll get all the voltages, all the details. Look at that. Do you want to save it? Yes, I want to save that. Saved, share. Send it as a note. Brilliant. Go back. Voltage details. Basically what we've just seen. So all the different cell voltages. That's great. Gives a minimum and maximum. Temperature details. All the different temperatures. It's a bit warm here today. And all the state of charge. Oh, state of charge for each one as well. Very nice. Alrighty. Alright, so before we wrap this up, I just want to show you a couple of things about the AVILOO testing EV battery testing service that we give. Now, you might think that I've got this scan tool that can get all this data out. Like, why would we offer a battery test, an AVILOO battery test, rather than going out and doing this? Well, it's quite simple. There is a heck of a lot of data that comes out of these batteries. You've just seen them. There's just scroll after scroll after scroll of data. And with all those battery voltages, whilst you might have a min and a max, not all vehicles are the same. Some of them don't have the Minimax. Some of them just have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cells up there. And trying to get that information and then analyze it and not make a mistake. Bearing in mind that this is, for some of these EVs, they're 50, 100, 150,000 plus dollars. You want to make sure that you get this right first time, every time. So let me just show you what we've got. When we do an AVILOO battery test, it goes in and it interrogates all the data. That's for a start. But let me just pop this one up here for you now, so you can see these here. You get a double-sided certificate, and on the left-hand side, you can see that you get a certificate with just a bit over the top. It's like a bit of an overview, and then on the back, on the second side over here, you get one with a whole heap of data on there as well. Excuse me. If we just make that a little bit bigger and we scroll into it. Oh dear, sorry. You can see here you've got some information here. I've just blanked some of this out. This was a Tesla Model 3 that I did today. And look at this. It's come out at 93.9%. This is a 4-year-old Tesla, and it's came out as a with 94%. Now, we reckon that batteries lose roughly 1.5 to 2%. Excuse me. loses about 1.5 to 2% of battery life per year. So I've noticed that with Teslas, they actually do quite well. They lose on the lower end of that, the more the 1.5%. Did one the other day for a dealer, and it came out. It was an S. It was a 10-year-old car, so we're expecting maybe 20% loss. Scanned it up, and it came out as 98.6 or something. It had a brand new battery. If that dealer had done the test before selling it, instead of letting the customer do it, they might have found out that it had a brand new battery and could have upped the old price. But luckily they didn't. The customer did it instead. So win for the customers for once over car dealers. But anyway, what you get in these battery tests is you get a state of health. It also tells you what the kilowatt energy is in the battery, compared to what was in it originally. So it gives you a little bit, and then it gives you a real world range in there as well. That's the fake range, you know, the one where they strip everything out of the cars and they make everything super great, and then they pretend that that's how far they can go. Did it with petrol and diesel cars and everything as well. And we'll come back to that because there's a bit more information in a minute. Just over here, you can see that what we've got here is it gives you an average. So this will test all the Teslas that have been done, all the Model 3s that have been done before, and it would check all of them and go, right, where's this sitting in terms of the battery? Now, it is a little bit of a sort of take it as you come, because low mileage cars tend to test worse on these than higher mileage cars. The mileage, when it comes to the battery wear, what we've noticed is that these battery wears tend to go a little bit more on age. You tend to have your deterioration, and the more you use them, the better they seem to be with their batteries too. So don't get your electric vehicle and park it up and leave it for 3 years. It doesn't seem to do it a lot of good. But anyway, it's come out. It's pretty good. So what we're going to have here is the real-world battery management system. That looks all good. Lots of ticks down here. And also you can see here, we've got a QR code. You can share this with a QR code. I've just blanked this one out for the now, so you can't get the details. It was customer's vehicle, so I don't want to share it out. Down here we've got the evaluation. It's a good health. No abnormalities detected. Based on the detailed battery diagnosis performed with the AVILOO flash test, here we hereby certify that the drive battery is in good condition. So I've seen goods and excellence and fair and all sorts of stuff, and on the odd occasion you get a this is not good, you need to have a look at it. So sometimes we pick them up as well, that there's some dodgies going on. Some batteries are better than others. Maybe we'll have a discussion about that one day. Drive battery is therefore officially AVILOO certified. Now we're going to just pop that out. So that's pretty good. All right, that's not bad. That's a really good customer facing. Now you can see the difference what you're getting here. You're getting comparisons, you're getting information. That's not the sort of stuff that you can just produce out of that scan tool. And then you've got the one on this side. Now you can see here we've got a whole heap of information here, including the battery cell balances. Now let's just go from the top here. It tells you whether the sensors are in good condition, which they are. The BMS, it tells you what's going on. Battery state of health as reported by the vehicle, and the state of charge at the time, and how accurate it is. Is it accurate? Yes, it is. And then we've got some battery temperatures that are coming out here as well, telling us as well that the temperatures have been all good on that as well. So that's all good. Popping over to here, the AVILOO box has done all its job, so it's going through, and you can see here, it's not just, this box isn't just plugging it in and dragging the information out. It gets the information out, it gets the data, the vehicle is detected, it finishes the data acquisition, it then analyzes the data over in somewhere that's much colder than here, at least today. It analyzes the data and it throws it all back. So we know that's all been done. And then at the top here, it's got how much energy is in the battery and how much range you've got. That was what it was when it was new, and this is what it is currently, and it gives you roughly the gross amount and the usable amount. Now the range is the same. It tells you how much roughly you would have had when you were new, the typical and the individual. So basically what we're going for is The real world, we've got the the pretend range. This is how far we can really push it if you did everything right. Then there's the typical, is what roughly everyone gets. So that's across the board, from all the people that put their foot flat out all the time to the people that just feather it. And the typical range is about 438 kilometers. And for an individual, you can probably get about 457 kilometers. So there you go. So you've got a rough idea of how much you've got. You can see it's not too bad. 496 to 659. Probably a little bit over the top. But the individual, 457. Let me know if you've got anything better. So anyway, you can see here, just pop down on the bottom here. On the bottom here, it's giving us the cells that are inside. Now, there are a lot more cells inside of here than this, so they've sort of packaged as a block. But we can see the balance of all of these. And we're looking to make sure that, or what we really want to say is all of these are about in the middle of this range, which it is in the middle of here. And all of these are the same colour. We want to see all green or greenish. We don't want to see any off colours. And what it'll do is, this is all the voltages on each of the cells. So we've got a minimum and a maximum. And it then shows you where the minimum and the maximum is on the scale. So, you know, if we had a very wide range of cell voltages, we had one down here and one up here. And so this line here would be very, very wide. Tell us it's probably something going on within the battery. Probably wouldn't even get a, hey, the battery's all good, be telling us there's something wrong. But within this, you can see here that they're very, very tight up in here, which means that all of the cells are charging pretty much as they should be. And it's giving us a tick. I'm going to say this now. I can't get all of that information out from that scan tool that I've just shown you. All right. There is a whole heap of information. It looks like it's got this sort of, let's just pop that up there again. It does look like you might sort of have that as a display, but then you start to realise you can scroll up and down and they're all jumping all over the place. It's really quite mucky. It's not something that you can really present to somebody or give to a car dealer to try and sell to someone to then have someone else that doesn't understand techie stuff to try and do it. So this is the AVILOO box and the AVILOO certificate. Way better way of doing it. And if you want one done before you sell, before you buy, I would recommend too. Make sure you get that done. So this is I'm saying here now, that box, that scan tool is a great scan tool. It's a great tool. And by the way, there's some EVs that I can't get any information out of with that scan tool, or not as much information. And the AVILOO box has got deals with different people to get access to their stuff as well. So AVILOO box is a way better way for customer facing. If you're in a workshop and you're trying to diagnose, you need data, you need to look to see what's turned on and what's not turned on, all within the battery. Obviously, what you're going to be looking for is that scan tool. So obviously, if you're working in a workshop though, you're going to need to see what's going on within the battery. You want to see if the giant contactors in the battery are closing and shutting, or see whether they're open or shut. You know, you're not going to see that in the AVILOO battery test. So you can see it is actually a very different market for the two. But this here is a really nice scan tool. I quite like it. I would prefer Bluetooth. I would prefer it not to be wired. They're usually more expensive when they are. So thank goodness for having cheap options, right? Screen's a little small. I will say that. I would prefer if the screen was bigger. But again, bigger screens, bigger cost, etc., etc. Like, I'm not going to... This is first world problems. You can see that most of the time the screen works okay. It's it's a pretty good touch screen. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. And some of the navigation isn't as good as what I'm used to with my launch tool. Some of the options coming through, they're a little bit more restricted, but I still can create a report of the details that I'm seeing, send a report, and then I can send that on to my customers when I'm doing inspections to say, hey, we've found this, or this is what we've got, or here's the fault codes. So it is actually really good for doing stuff like that. If you need to get in and see some data and see what's happening within the battery pack and see what's going on as well. Obviously with the AVILOO box, you can't see live data. It's just a snapshot right there. Whereas with a scan tool, this scan tool, you can plug it in, you can probably plug it into charge, and then watch everything working and operating and see if it's doing what it's doing. So that scan tool that's what that scan tool is for, and the AVILOO test is for going out and helping people be confident about buying the batteries. So that's the two different things that we've got. I hope this helps. I'm sorry about the video in the middle. It's a little bit, I might try and do a better one day for you. But at this moment in time, I think that was pretty good. It sort of shows you the basics of what you got. It's like any other scan tool, really. And I haven't got a promo code or anything like that. Just go to eBay and buy it from there, and buy it really cheap. Give them an offer. Ask them to take $100 off. All right. I hope that's helped. My name's Mark, and this has been other way. This has been Auto Tech Banter, and look, I'm going to try and do some more of these just to see if we can help each other out in the automotive departments and in the automotive world. And if you found this useful, just give it a tick and a like or a click or a bell or wherever it is you find it. Just, do that, and we'll have a bit more of a discussion about other tech stuff a little bit later on. All right, catch you later.